Okay. I'm pretty sure you came up with workers don't feel valued. Now, remember, if a person doesn't feel valued, they're not motivated on their job, they don't really want to come into work, what do you think will happen when they come into work? They will do the minimum, or they will be doing the less than the minimum. So your workers don't feel valued. It creates negative attitudes. And when a person doesn't feel good and they have a negative attitude, they kind of bring that to the workplace, and it perpetuates that attitude in your work environment, and you don't want that. You're not developing all of your employees. If you're not developing your employees, that means that, number one, you're not getting the best out of them, which means they're not really making the kind of contribution you want them to make to the workplace. Not a good thing. Low productivity, poor quality work. They're going to give you minimum or below. And higher absenteeism, they're not going to want to come to work. If they have a little twinge, just any excuse, they're going to take their sick leave, which means they're not there doing their job. You're going to keep getting turnover. For most jobs, it's good to have consistency in it, and because the more you know about your position, the more you continuously improve it. A lot of miscommunications, because they don't feel you value them. If you say something, they may interpret it in a way that you don't intend for it to be interpreted. And usually, when you don't manage diversity, you see a lot of the equal employment opportunity complaints, more grievances, more discontent in the environment. So that's the negative side. Let's turn it around and look at the positive side. What really happens if you effectively manage diversity? Just do some of the tips that we talked about earlier. Number one, you can just flip over the negative. Number one, workers at all levels feel needed. They feel needed, they feel valued, they do their best work on the job. Win-win situation for you as a manager, them as the employees. Promotes positive attitudes, and positive attitudes are contagious. Even when I come in sometime, if I'm a little down and someone comes in and they're talking about it's a great day, we've got this project, let's get on it, then that really motivates me. And you want to generate that positive attitude within your own workplace. Am I not right? Okay. And then you're utilizing all your resources. If you have 5 people working on a project, you want all 5 to make some type of contribution based on their particular talents and skills and knowledge. But if you have people that are dissatisfied, don't feel valued, you may have only 1 or 2 dealing with a project, you're going to have concerns, because the 2 that are working, of course, are going to resent the 3 that aren't. And then the 3 that aren't will feel like, so what? No matter what I do, I'm not being recognized on the job. So it'll help you utilize all those complaints. I've already talked about reducing complaints. So yes, if you have, when you manage diversity, you usually have less EEO complaints, less grievances, because everyone feels valued. With EEO complaints, you're simply filing a complaint that you feel like you haven't been treated fairly based on age, race, gender, sex, being male, female, disability. But in diversity, you're recognizing all those differences in skills and those individual traits they bring to the job, so it will reduce your complaints. And then you'll also find that workers share their ideas. They'll share their ideas because they know that they're appreciated and people are open to listen to them, not only their peers, but also their managers. When you set the standard, when you are the person that is enhancing, motivating, and appreciating and valuing diversity, your employees will also model your behavior, and you want that to happen. You'll have less confusion because people will know that there's no ulterior motive there, that when you make a statement, it's just as it is. It's no communication problem because they know you value their thoughts and their opinions. Whether you agree or disagree with them, you value them, and that makes a difference. And then you have the next element of you'd have shared goals. You're all working on the same mission and vision to bring the organization up. So that's something you can consider when talking about achieving diversity. And lastly, it builds a wonderful thing called team building. Team building. When you have a diverse environment, you have more on team building. People really work together to do what they need to do for the good of the organization. So I wanted to just do a very, very, very brief recap of some of the things that we talked about during this session. We talked about the definition of diversity. I want to emphasize again that it's really using the talents and skills of all of your individuals to reach a more effective mission. Diversity, once again, stems from a broad perspective from all the human elements which influence many things in our lives. Remember, it's not male or female or black or white, which is the way in the past they viewed diversity. It deals with your race, your ethnicity, your gender, your physical ability, your language, your religion, even where you grew up, your education, all those things that make you a unique individual. And we talked about why you should understand diversity. It will help you as an individual to enhance your skills and abilities, helps you in teams to be a more effective member and also to recognize what other team members bring to the table. And finally, to your community, because that diversity also can help you use your talents and skills to do whatever you need to do to enhance your communities. And embedded in all this is also will help you in your family life, because you'll be a more happy person. You'll appreciate the diversity within your inner family circle. We talked about some things about how to manage diversity, and remember, this is what I call the bread and potatoes of it. You can do it by recruiting again, the diversity training to make sure everybody has a general idea of what it is. And this diversity training doesn't have to be a 30, 40 hour or two training. You could have a 15-minute or a 5 or 10-minute overview at a staff meeting or at a commander's call, or you can even have them look at some kind of videotape that goes into diversity in different segments of it. Retention programs, make sure that you not only for all of your employees, make sure that you are inclusive, that you empower them to do what they need to do, and work toward shattering any glass ceilings in your organizations. Establish mentoring program, and make sure you assess the progress. That's the topic of managing diversity. And in summary about some of the benefits of a diverse, remember those things. It helps the organization grow. It helps you accomplish the mission of the organization. I'm going to conclude with the OPM definition of managing diversity: a management system which incorporates the differences found in a multicultural workforce in a manner which results in the highest level of productivity for both the individual and for the organization. Have an enjoyable day, and always think diversity enhancing yourself and enhancing the organization.